Yeah, I have an interesting story about him, and I wonder if I can leave it in and just bleep his name because I don't want to give him shit. But he's like significantly older than me. I think like 8 or 9 years. I could be wrong about that. It might be a little less. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this guy got me, Rob, and Kyle Fisher to jam with him and his buddy. He was like a full-fledged adult. We were in high school. And then one day after, I was playing guitar in that band, and because Kyle wanted to join and be a guitarist, I got moved to vocals, even though I didn't really want to. I had told them that the singer of Escape the Fate, like before Ronnie Radke, a guy apparently got kicked out, was going to try out for their band. So this grown-ass man told my friends that, and then they dropped me off at my house, and when I was almost at my door, got Rob, my best friend, Rob, to scream out the car, "You're out of the band!" I was like, dude, I was like 16. He's like a grown-ass man. Like, it like ruined me, dude. It was so weird. Bygones be bygones, I guess. Yeah. It was an interesting thing.
Welcome back, Bannock folks. You're tuned into another reaction here on the Bandecdotes channel. I'm Phil.
I'm Tyler. Sorry I'm doing this right now.
That's fun. Mildly racist, but that's okay.
No, that's not. Oh my god, that's not what I meant. Fuck. Dude, so in post, I wanted to put like a bunch of eyes on my face because, hey guys, I'm sorry. Phil's supposed to be introing this, but I did something accidentally racist. We're reacting to many eyes, and that's why I was doing that. And
right.
You're either not going to see this, or in the edit, I have put all the eyes on there for context. Oh my god.
Right. All right. Yeah, so this is the third and last single off the new Many Eyes EP. This is Keith Buckley's new project, the former vocalist of Every Time I Die, Legendaire?
Legendaire.
You know what it is.
He's a legendaire. He's an heir to a legend. He's a legendaire.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. I've heard lots of cool things about this track already. I've heard it's the most different out of the three. This is the one that they did the music video to, so that's what we're actually going to be reacting to rather than just like a visualizer like the last two songs. Yeah, do you have any thoughts, expectations, or things going into it?
The first single that came out, Revelation, that grew on me a bit. I found myself kind of listening to that. I don't think I listened to Mystic Chord literally other than the time that we listened to it together. It just didn't. It was also a very busy time for both of us, so that maybe that attributed to it. But yeah, I'm hopeful for this single. I guess just based on the name, I'm not expecting like a super heavy song. So I might be worth just sort of getting that expectation out of the way right off the bat. I don't think this band is going to lean into like heaviness the way another totally unrelated band like Better Lovers would. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm excited to see, and I want to go in with more of an open mind and stop, analyzing the riffing and stuff and just hear this for what it's going to be. So I'm hopeful.
Right on. All right. I think with that being said, let's dive right in.
Let's go.
How did it come to this? One last time. This continental drift, our great divide. I belong where I am future. I'm alive all the times that I'm here with you.
And what are your initial thoughts?
So this is an absolutely insane thought. For whatever reason, Jamiroquai is coming to mind.
Okay, I couldn't have predicted that for the life of me. Please explain yourself.
I don't know what it is. There's something about that chorus that reminds me of.
Okay, I really don't understand.
It's I don't think it's his like singing or something. It's something that's going on with like the music and the way that he is singing. It just reminds me of what was their big song?
What was Jamiroquai's big song?
It reminds me of that, but this isn't a metal song at all. This is definitely belongs on like a radio station, just like a rock radio station. This is definitely super accessible. I think this is an interesting. I think like what you said earlier is actually a great way to define this. I think they're really leaning into not being so heavy. Really kind of exploring some of the other outlets and avenues you can do with kind of like alternative and maybe indie and maybe kind of even a little bit of grunge in there influence. So this is cool. Like the very kind of like robotic sounding drums. They're both like almost like synth sounding. This is a really interesting track. Something I've never really heard Keith do before.
That's what I was gonna say too. Specifically, like the grunge elements here. I'm getting like Alice in Chains with like a much less nasally vocal. I one thing I couldn't get out of my head right away, and it's kind of been I don't even know what to call it, like a concern of mine this whole project. Why at the beginning does he have to mention that he signed to Jamey Jasta's media group? That's weird, right? It's a little weird, right? Like, I feel like Keith Buckley as an individual is bigger than Jamey Jasta's media group. Maybe not Jamey Jasta, but I said before, I feel like he's got his hands all over this, and it just feels odd to me. I like what I'm hearing so far. Sonically, this sounds good. It's capturing me. I feel like I am going to go back to this the way I didn't go back to Mystic Chord. This actually makes me want to go back to Mystic Chord a little bit in its own right. I like the visuals we're seeing on screen. It's like Many Eyes has been really good with their visual element actually so far. That like almost trippy, like sort of like it feels like Buddhist inspired. Like there's like a spirituality sort of.
The like pastel colors.
Yeah, something about it. Like even the name Many Eyes, I'm getting this like spirituality, sort of like crystal mommy sort of vibe, but in a good way, But there's something about Jamey Jasta's presence all over this band that just feels bizarre to me. It feels like it feels like when a small band gets signed to like a big record label like Epitaph, and then you have Epitaph at the beginning of their video to sort of help contextualize that the band is made at a certain level. I don't know. It feels like there's like a very nuanced contract between Jamey Jasta and this band.
Maybe this is just a stepping stone for the band to kind of get its name out there. I like you'd have to imagine they're starting right from scratch. So like perhaps they don't want to invest a little bit of their own money, and maybe they had a meeting with someone like Jamey Jasta who was willing to invest into Keith or something like that.
You're right, and who knows? Jamey could be really, really helping these guys out with this, like a lot more than we realize. So it'll be. You know what? I kind of want to dig in and do some research. So maybe stay tuned for like a video where we figure out what exactly is going on with the relationship here, because it's interesting to me. But to get back to purely the art that we're seeing here, I'm captivated so far.
What kind of love is this if it's not divine? A temporary fix, the last of its kind. The last of its kind. I'm alive, but I am future.
go into something a little bit heavy on this track, I am really, really liking his vocal delivery on that bridge. It does say he does sound absolutely great, and he is a good singer with a very unique voice. I almost get like a Rain Maida, Our Lady Peace tone from him, which again, like, say what you want about Rain Maida's voice, whether you like it or not. It's sort of like Ben from Billy Talent too, right? You might not think it's the greatest singing in the world, but it's a very unique sounding voice, and that's what I like about Billy Talent. That's what I liked about Our Lady Peace. I think I like Our Lady Peace. I'd have to really go back and check. I think we ranked them on our Canadian episode.
They were really Canadian.
They're very Canadian. He sounds like a Canadian goose when he sings. Do you remember people saying one of these 3 songs was going to be so heavy and blow your mind? It must be another song on the EP that we haven't heard yet, if that's what they're saying. Because, and again, I don't want to chase that dragon of wanting this band to go a heavy route, especially if, again, we're going to have totally unrelated bands like Better Lovers trekking that territory anyways. You know what I mean? This doesn't have to sound like Every Time I Die. And you know what? That's the credit I'll give. This doesn't sound a lick like Every Time I Die. Keith is really doing something unique to what he could have done, where he just got an Every Time I Die cover band together and just, wrote like that. So yeah, this is artistically very different output.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of a 3-song release. Like, this is the full EP.
That'd be interesting. I feel we'll have to fact check that and find out, because I feel like if this is an EP, I think it needs one more song for just a little bit of diversity.
I agree. Virtual Insanity by Jamey.
Oh my god, is that what you've been doing?
I think this is overall really cool. I think this has established a different direction to like the counterpart. It's hard, like we bring this up every time. It's hard for us to not compare the counterpart, literally the rest of Every Time I Die, with the 2 different projects. But let's call it how it is. Let's say, Better Lovers is covering the heavy territory. I think Many Eyes is doing a fabulous job covering this side of this spectrum, more indie rock, kind of alternative, grunge flavored. This is super cool, and I hope they lean into it more. Actually, I think one of my favorite tracks off of the Every Time I Die record, Radical, was The Thing with Feathers, and it was the most probably different sounding song of the band. And it was a little bit of a softer side that we saw. So I would love to see this more go in the direction. I'm a huge fan of Damn Things. So bring it on. I'm a glutton for more. Just bring me more. 3 songs is not enough. Give me a full length. But for now, I think this will curb my appetite.
Yeah, this I like what I hear, and I think that the obstacle I had to get over, and maybe some of the viewers, if you've been kind of hung up on this too, is just take the focus on wanting this band to be heavy out. Just there's so many rad heavy bands, and I think it's harder to be an interesting, like, grungy alt rock band. Maybe if you're super into grungy alt rock, it works opposite. But I feel like heavy music has been this sort of constant evolution. Like, we have death metal and deathcore bands now doing shit that it seemed impossible 10 years ago, like the way people are playing now and stuff. Like, there are so many amazing creative mathcore bands out there right now, so that, you know, I don't think that, like, putting this pressure on yourself as a listener to be looking at this band and being like, come on, bring me something heavy, I don't think that's what this band is necessarily going to be about. So I would just, I think it's time to stop chasing that dragon and just accept this band for, you know, the more melodic, grungy sort of gazy thing we're getting. And I think looking at it from that viewpoint, it makes it more endearing to me and makes me want to dive deeper into the project.
Makes it more enjoyable.
Exactly. Because I think I've gone into every song waiting for that super heavy one I heard about. And I don't care anymore. I genuinely don't care anymore. I'd rather see this band just organically do what they're gonna do. Like the video, please. It helps with the old algo. Subscribe to the video as well, or subscribe to our channel as well if you haven't subscribed yet. There may be a Lander affiliate link in the bio, so check that out and save yourself a little bit of money on some mastering software. And wowzers, we will catch you guys on the next one.
See you later.